This YouTube short has 2 million views and still gets hundreds of views every single hour.
Yes, 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 yes.
And that is literally it. Me saying yes 8 times in 8 seconds. Proof, if ever you needed it, that YouTube is broken. Okay, maybe that is a bit harsh, but I think we'll all agree that YouTube does sometimes work in mysterious ways. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what happened. When I originally made this short, I documented the entire process from idea to filming to editing to publishing, having no idea how viral the short would be. So let me share that story with you now, admittedly in vertical video format. And then we're going to dive into the aftermath 1 year on. This short is going to be incredibly simple, but as you will see, there are still many components that go into it. And this will probably take me a couple of hours to do. To give you a bit of background, this is going to be another installment in the YouTube Yes Man series. YouTube, can I have a word? Yes. Why did you demonetize my video? It violated our advertiser-friendly guidelines. Which guideline exactly? Yes. All right, well, I'm going to repeal that and we'll manually review it. Rejected. After 5 seconds. Yes. That's the idea and the joke of this series. The idea I've come up with is this. A little while ago, YouTube changed the way they count YouTube shorts, in that now there is no prescribed amount of time you need to watch a short. You can simply just swipe like that and each short is going to get a view. This is how YouTube used to count shorts views. Then they literally flipped a switch on that day right there, which I think is March the 30th. And for us, our view counts have basically doubled on shorts because people can just swipe through shorts and earn a view. It's a bit crazy, and I've got an idea of how our YouTube Yes Man can make fun of this. Now for this YouTube short, it's so simple, I don't even need a script. But I do need to get into character. You don't want to see me get changed on camera, right? I'll be back in a second. Just take that off there. All right. We're good, yeah? Okay, I've come into my second studio now, ready to film. What I'm going to use today is the big background here with the neon lights, and I use this light here by pressing this button, and everything lights up nicely for me. The tripod I use is going to be this thing here. That's where the phone is going to go, and this light will just shine enough light on me to make it all nice and lovely. If you notice, I'm using this excellent microphone here, which is I'm trying to remember the make. Now then, I've just realized a unique problem I'm going to have recording this short, in that I need this very camera I'm looking at now to record the short, and I need to use my other phone as a prop in the shorts, but I also need to record the behind the scenes for this story. So I need another mobile phone from somewhere to do that. I think I have to borrow my wife's phone. Hey, okie dokie. So the sit rep is as follows. We have the scene set up here. The tripod is now in place with the light. And if we look at my framing, that's pretty much where I'm going to be filming from. And I have my phone prop ready for recording. Yes, 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 yes. That's it. Simple as that.
From next week, we try something else.
Thanks, wife.
Rob, I'm in a...
Folks, I'm back in the editing suite. A confession I have is that I cannot edit anything on a mobile phone. It would drive me nuts. So I do everything on a computer. This is what I'm editing on. I use Camtasia still. Love this editing software. Bit niche, but it does what I need it to do. I've imported all of the stuff into a timeline, and I've added the captions so that the video is basically this.
Yes, 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 yes.
So I think you get the idea because I explained it to you before I started this video, in that this is essentially the YouTube yes man saying yes as he gets more and more views by just swiping very quickly. But I think I need to communicate that to the viewer, and this is how I'm going to do it. So the solution I've come up with is to make it look a bit like a video game when you're getting like experience points when you like kill an enemy or something. So I've added a +1 piece of text that's going to fade in and then rise up the screen a little bit. Looks like this basically.
Yes, 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 yes.
I think anybody who's been creating on Shorts and understands this new change will get it. I'm still not entirely convinced, but I don't want to make this any more complicated and just stack on more stuff, because I think that's just going to remove the simplicity of the short. I think I'm ready to render this video. So I have everything set up, ready to put in a folder. Let's bash that out. Nice and quick because it's a super short video, and this is what it looks like.
Yes, 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 yes.
Did you notice something there? The video looped twice. And that's one of the tricks I'm trying here, the infinite loop, where viewers will not realize that it's ticked over. That will massively increase the audience view duration and stack more views on top. So it increases, fingers crossed, the potential virality of the short if people get it. All right, I've uploaded the video to YouTube, and the title I'm going to go for is How to Get More YouTube Shorts Views in 2025. And the reason I'm doing that is because it follows the theme of the rest of these videos. It's always YouTube something in 2025. And the joke is that it's supposed to be giving you helpful information, but actually it's just my YouTube yes man being a little funny. Could you call that clickbaity, enticing somebody into a short and giving them something else? I guess so. And it'll be interesting to see the comments and how people react to it. Now, by look more than anything else, it's picked a thumbnail I actually like, kind of teases it a little bit. And let's now view what it's like on the YouTube Shorts player.
Yes, 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 yes.
So that looks good to me. Nothing is obstructed by the UI. You can see how it looped over there. And yeah, this is a little annoying, isn't it? All right, here's what I was looking for. It was delayed a little bit, but now you can see the short has 4 views, even though I've only watched it once. So it must have looped over 3 times when I tapped on the shorts. That's kind of the hope and the goal of this one. The moment of truth. This short is now scheduled to go live in around about 1 hour's time. I think this took me in total around about 1.5 hours to 2 hours to do, given the fact that I had to record all of the behind the scenes stuff. Like, the idea came into my head this morning and I probably could have filmed, edited, uploaded it in around about 15 to 20 minutes. All right, it's been around about 90 minutes since the video went live on YouTube. It's now time to find out the results. I have not checked the studio since it went live, so I'm crossing my fingers. Let's take a look. I'm gonna go up to my profile image, YouTube Studio. Let's slowly hover over. I shouldn't really get so excited like this, but as a YouTuber, that is the thing that you want to see whenever a video goes live. Yes! Okay, now that that initial excitement has subsided, let's get into some of the detail of a performance of this short. 1 of 10, as you can see, and if I mouse over it and compare it to the other videos from Shorts, it's looking like it's going to be an outlier. It's performing 3,000 views better than anything else from Shorts in the last 10 videos. But there's a kind of an irony here, isn't it? Because this video is all about the joke that is counting YouTube Shorts. Right, so we're at 5,300 views at the moment, and this is what we actually have in terms of, I guess, interested viewers. Only 2,100 views. So it seems like a lot of people aren't watching for long enough to turn it into an engaged view. Having said that, the average view duration is 15 seconds, and the short itself is 9 seconds. So people are looping on the shorts, whether they realize it or not. And the final interesting metric is how views engaged, the stay to watch versus swiped away, 77% versus 22%. Now, maybe it's just me, but the numbers don't add up here, which makes it confusing and frustrating for a creator to try and understand how well shorts are performing. Let me explain what I mean. So, if we're saying we get 5,300 views, but only 2,100 of them are engaged views, wouldn't that mean that the, I guess, stay to watch versus swiped away metric, in other words, this one, would be nearer 50 or even 45%? Maybe I'm misinterpreting that. Anyone else want to offer a suggestion here? But yeah, it just makes trying to analyze shorts, views and numbers even more confusing.
1 eternity later.
All right, not quite an eternity later, more like 9 months later, but here we are with a short now sitting on 2 million views. Everything you've seen was all filmed in the moment right up to publishing and an hour after. And now I want to show you the data since then and some more considered thoughts. So the first thing I want to quickly look at here are the day 1 numbers. What did it do in the first 24 hours? And it tells us that it performed 2.2 times better than usual, 20,000 views for us, which isn't too shabby. And if I dig into the data a little bit more and look at the traffic sources, there's nothing too unusual here, showing that shorts contributed almost 50% of the views, which is typical for us. Bit of browse, bit of notifications, and that sort of stuff. And so I was happy with that, to get 20,000 views on a short on day 1. Maybe it would cap out at, I don't know, 50,000, 100,000 views. But as we can see, that wasn't quite the case. It just kept going. And what's really interesting here is if I switch the data to since uploaded, it shows the graph as day-to-day views, not cumulative. And so look at this. It dies as it usually would do for a short after, I'd say, about the first week. And then all of a sudden it picks up dramatically. And why is that? Well, it's all down to this, YouTube search. I was aware that YouTube were prioritizing shorts-based content on search pages more and more, but I didn't realize they would slap a shorts shelf at the very top of search pages. And here we are in prime real estate. The first video you can click on is my quote-unquote meme of how to get more YouTube shorts views. Should I apologize for this? And going back into the traffic source data, it's all confirmed here. All of the traffic sources die after the first week, except for search, which suddenly surges and has been at a high rate ever since. And that's why we actually have a click-through rate on a short, because all of the clicks are coming from search pages. And in the real-time analytics, even today, where we're getting around about 14,500 views every 48 hours, 94% of those views are coming from search. Here's a strange thing though. I go to engagement. People are seeing this short on a search page. They're clicking on it. And despite the fact that it's not really giving any valuable YouTube advice, 72% of people are still staying to watch. And the average view duration is a whopping 122%. That's YouTube. The data can reveal many things about a video, but what it will struggle to tell you is how viewers actually feel about the content. It just so happens that vidIQ's browser extension has a tool here where you can literally ask about what the comments are telling you about a video. All right, so number one here, the yes versus ES debate. Many viewers found the pronunciation of yes in your video quite amusing, sparking a light-hearted debate about whether it sounded more like ES or ES. What do you think? Yes. I think what I've managed to achieve here without even realizing or trying to do it was engagement bait, saying something extravagantly which sounded odd and weird, especially when it was looped over and over again. And that really drove up the engagement by an absolute ton. The ripped off feeling. Commenters expressed a sense of being ripped off, questioning the value of the views shown and emphasizing that engaged views are far more important than just high view counts for true channel growth. We'll be covering that throughout this video. I think it also alludes to the fact that some commenters feel they're being ripped off by the promise in the title and the fact that it comes at the top of the search page. And this is one of these difficult balancing acts whereby I was making this video as part of a series of comedy skits for our regular viewers, but now this video has turned into a search monster. Many new people are discovering this content for the first time, not immediately realizing the context, and maybe they're feeling ripped off in that way. Do I change the title? Well, if I do that, I'm going to lose all of these views. The YouTube conundrum, folks, right there. YouTube Shorts and algorithm quirks. Discussions often revolved around YouTube Shorts, the algorithm's impact on reach, and the common struggles creators face with inconsistent views and growth on the platform. Yep. Looping and repetitive nature. Many viewers humorously pointed out the video's repetitive or looping nature, showing how long they had been stuck watching or listening to it. And in that regard, I have to say this comment was of a particular highlight. It's been looping for hours now, and all I can hear is yes, even at my grandma's funeral. Now, there is one more piece of broad data we can look at to try and gauge the audience's reaction to the content, and that is likes and dislikes. I have here our most popular shorts on the channel, ranging from 2.5 million to 2 million views here, and typically the likes to dislikes ratio is pretty high, 99%, 94%, 98%, 98%. However, when we come to the short in question, that number drops significantly. It's still high, 90%, but it is significantly lower than everything else. And that tells me again that there is a mismatch between expectation of what the short is going to deliver, how to get more shorts views, and the reality of it being actually a joke and a skit. Again, I'm in a bit of a dilemma here. Should I apologize for that? Or is it the fact that the short is a victim of its own success? It is so popular that YouTube has decided that it needs to be shared with so many people, and yet the context isn't quite right. Is that a creator problem or an algorithm problem? I don't know, you can decide in the comments. It's both weird and amazing, isn't it? That the anatomy of a single YouTube short that is just 8 seconds long and says a single word can contain so much that we can learn from. First of all, YouTube is now a massive search engine when it comes to short form content. Infinite loops can boost views dramatically, and unintentional engagement bait, yeah, it kind of works. And then there's the fact that I put no more than an hour's work into something that went viral in a completely unexpected way. And I'm not sure how to feel about that. Should I feel pride and satisfaction at another YouTube job well done? Or should I feel embarrassment and guilt at the fact that I've managed to get 2 million people to watch an 8-second video that doesn't help them in any way, shape or form to get more views for their YouTube shorts? Or does it?
vidIQ in the mix, stats on the rise, views climbing high, no surprise, monetize, crack in the code, grow steady, never slow, boost in the show, strong flow in the know, top vid this playlist, killing every goal. Subscribers on a roll, hitting milestones, that's